The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Let's go to Josh in Los Angeles. Josh, you're on Talk Radio 790 KBC with Royal Oaks. Welcome.
Hey, I was just going to note that Pamela Geer, who's a big activist against creeping Sharia law, held a Draw Muhammad cartoon contest a while back in Texas. And 2 armed Islamists were shot dead by an American citizen who is sort of a target practice expert. It's a very different dynamic in America. We'll shoot back. We'll take these guys out.
So you're saying that we are a little more proactive over here, or are you saying that it's the fault of the French police, or what's your point there?
Well, it's multiple points. First, it's Islamic terrorists that are doing this to move forward their agenda of Sharia law and creating an Islamic state. And Americans are armed. So if some guy stands up and starts shooting at a theater, I'll bet you that there's someone that's packing in that theater that has an ability to defend themselves and everyone else in that theater. So part of the solution is more carry laws, more people, more good guys with guns to kill the bad guys. And America lets that happen. France doesn't.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, if you look at communities, for example, in the South, where people are really strongly encouraged to carry weapons, basically, they don't have any hold-up crime down there. Nobody holds up a Denny's because they know when they whip out their semi-automatic pistol and point it at the cashier, there are probably going to be 5 or 6 customers, looking up from their rootin' tootin' breakfast with their own guns. And, let's face it, if we hadn't abolished the right of soldiers to carry weapons on military bases, then Colonel Hassan wouldn't have been able to inflict the carnage he was able to inflict at Fort Hood in Texas. So I think you're onto something. I'm guessing there were very few people among those poor victims in the concert hall in Paris who had guns. They were utterly defenseless.
Yeah, I'm with you, and it's the current proclaimed president of the United States. This guy's a real problem. He's a Muslim sympathizer with the Muslim Brotherhood. He's allowed it to infiltrate the White House. You look into his background, he's raised in an Islamic country in Indonesia. He forged his birth certificate to get Donald Trump off his case, and no one will call this guy to the carpet about who he really is and what his true identity is.
Well, I think a lot of issues that people have been thinking about it's going to be an impact on them as a result of this enormous story over in France tonight. 6:40 the time on Talk Radio 790 KABC. I'm Royal Oaks.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.